Yes. All right. Hey.
Wait. Nick, what the hell?
Merry Christmas.
Come in, man.
Listen, I'm
you got?
delivering pizza, baby.
Well, that looks good, and I'm starving. Perfect
Listen,
timing.
Prince Street Pizza. We just opened.
Where?
In South Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for you.
All right.
I
Well,
mean?
can we eat it now?
Yeah, we can eat it, but let's
Come on, let's go in the back. Come on.
Just to let you people know, we're talking to one of the GOATs here. This isn't just a normal human being. Not only is he a friend and a great guy, this is one of the greats of all time. I'm just saying that. I mean, you've had a wild year, right? And now with the documentary, which I was like really blown away by. I had to watch it again, because when you rewatch something, you always find more things. And this kind of documentary, it gets better and better. And you went there. I even told my brother, like, you gotta watch Alex's documentary. Just the dynamic of A-Rod and Alex and you know, just because I've admired you from afar, and now that I've gotten to know you as a person, maybe it touched me even more. And you brought up something very interesting too about how women are responding to it because of the therapy, and you've done a lot of work on yourself, you know, and it even made me look at myself. Mm-hmm. It makes anyone look at themselves, because to get naked, I mean, to be naked mm-hmm. is not easy, and it's genuine. You can tell when someone is, people can say whatever they want to say about you, but whether they like you or not, it's an honest, beautiful documentary. I was sitting there and I was like, wow. I was like, it was powerful, but especially the last episode, it got there, and then I was like, I even talked to my wife about it. She was rewatching it, so you're right. How did you feel about it?
It's funny because some people have told me, like you, that they've gone back and watched it a couple times. I barely watched it one time through because it was so triggering for me to relive all those moments again. So that was hard. So I definitely haven't gone back to watch it twice. And then the response from like women have been very different than men, because I think they connected to the therapy side, the evolution of trying to figure this shit out, which is called life.
Yeah.
And I said this to Jimmy Fallon. I said, the thing about this story and how powerful these documentaries can be is that the subject just happened to play baseball, but there's not a baseball story.
No.
This is really about mental health and development and putting the time and the investment, which is really, really hard to do. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Nick, I don't know how people who are flawed in any way, like I've been my whole life as humans, I couldn't do it without serious help. And Dr. David, who became very close to me, he's the doctor that helped me. He was a lifesaver. Without him, the stuff he made me see, Nick, it was like I was going through life blind, just like Rambo, right? Like, I was trained to go to the military and help the U.S., right?
Right.
Like in my case, I was like born to help my family, mm-hmm. and baseball was my ticket. Right. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do and focus. And the worst thing I can wish any young person is crazy success early.
Right.
Like I saw the Eddie Murphy doc and how crazy and successful he was at 18, 19, 20. Mm-hmm. And in many ways, I saw myself in that.
Right.
And you came out young and you killed it too. But it's hard, right? It's hard to have that much success that early, because what happened with me, I created a blind spot, mm-hmm. and I lacked self-awareness, and my ego grew. But I think it was more lack of self-awareness that really got me. Yeah. So through therapy, turning that corner, mm-hmm. And I'm still in it, right? I'm still kind of doing a lot of work.
Sure.
It was very rewarding to do.
Yeah, but I mean, just seeing like who you were and as a kid and what you went through, a lot of it made sense too. And I mean, your ex-wife looked really good in it too. I mean, she, you know, her take on you was very honest, you know, and it was, and probably, you know, to hear those things, it's like some of them might be true. Even about myself, I know I look at things and go, wow, I've really missed the boat on a lot of things, you know. But you know, you know what you went through. I mean, it's like, you know, the stuff with your dad and all that stuff registers, and it plays into things that maybe were missing in you, right? And then, you know, the hurt, it's so there. It's so there. And it's like, you know, maybe you're covering it up by acting a certain way.
You know what's funny about that, Nick, is that when I look back in my career, before Dr. David, I would look back with such shame at some of my mistakes and like really disappointed and disgusted and just like I wanted to hide that because it was so hard for me. Now I turned 50, I'm proud of fucking everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Because those are the tools that I had, man, and I did the best I could. And from where I came from, that's pretty damn good.
Right.
I wish I had Dr. David before I started my career, but listen, and we come from where we come from, and that's the best we can do. That's the best I could do.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of everything.
You should be. And just because you made some mistakes or just because you're flawed doesn't make you, it just makes you a human being, you know? And the fact that you could, you know, wear it and you could recognize it, it shows, because some people could never recognize it. As long as you're really genuine about it, as long as you like, you know, and you could see you are. You could see that no matter what people think of you, you know, like that you're a good guy deep down. Because nobody's perfect. Like Lou Piniella said, he didn't kill anybody. You know what I mean? So you broke a rule. Who hasn't? I have. We all have. We've all lied about, you know, you lie to yourself. A lot of times you can convince yourself. And you're like, it's good when someone like Dr. David came in your life. It was a lifesaver. Look where you are today. Look how many comebacks you made. You got off the mat a couple of times. Not everybody does that. Some people go away. Some people never change. I'm watching the Ogert doc the other day, like he never changed. He got away with a murder. And I'm not saying, but I'm just saying like he never changed. He was so narcissist. He was just not a good guy, you know? But that's not you. You know, you are a good person. And just because you've had some trials and tribulations, look at what you've done. Look what you built. You know, I mean, so it's like...
Nick, life is so much more enjoyable now. And I'm sure you've gone through this because as you look back and you look at your son and your wife and what a great life you've built for yourself, right? And your brothers, I mean, both of you, like two Hall of Famers in one family. How lucky are we, right? How fortunate, right? Thank God. But the reason why I enjoy life so much more now is I can appreciate someone like you more, like our friendship. You know, Nick Jr. over here, right? My nephew, Nick. You know, Prince Street, this great business, you know, your father built 13 years, busting his ass, right? Like, not that I didn't appreciate that, but I just couldn't see that. I just didn't have I'm doing a terrible job explaining it.
No, I get it.
But you know what I mean. It's just being grounded enough to see everyone, appreciate everyone, hear everyone. Now, I'm going to make my own decision, but I'm going to treat everyone with the respect they deserve.
Right.
And I always was respectful, but there's a difference when you're connected.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
think
good.
when you're in something, when you're playing or you're in it, and you're doing it, you're living it, it's not always easy to process it. And then when you look back on it and you say, did I appreciate it? Did I enjoy it? Was I a jerk? Was I, you know, like, it's easier now to look back on things because when you were in it, that's when you were, you know, you were experiencing it. And so, you know, maybe things got ahead of you, like even Lou Piniella, he was great in it. He was like, Alex had it. Alex was great. He didn't need anything. And I believe him.
Oh, yeah.
I believe him. I'm like, that guy was special. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I mean, like it doesn't matter. You know, you worked hard to get to it, you know, and so.
To that point, Nick, when I look back at Tom Brady or Michael Jordan, The Last Dance, or when I see what Mahomes is doing today, or I see some of the greats, you know, whomever, sometimes you got to be that person to get through.
That's right.
I'm not talking about the mistakes. I'm talking about just the maniacal focus. You have to say no to 99.9% of things. And by the way, you may come across as aloof or nonchalant or sometimes even rude and lack self-awareness. But sometimes you got to turn into that monster.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked with Poppy about this a lot, you know, from the Red Sox, Big Poppy, who's my boys, you know.
Right.
But you got to become a monster, right?
Yeah.
A monster not a monster in the world.
No,
but
I understand.
A monster like so focused that like the only thing that matters is that pitch and live in the moment. And like,
Right.
it's all about the championship. It's all about the Yankees. It's all about the pinstripes. Nothing else matters.
Right.
So that part I don't take back because that's the kind of focus that you need. And without it, I wouldn't have been the great player that I was.
That's right. And those, first few years of ups and downs and struggles in the postseason taught you that you got to a point where you were like, okay, I'm going to relax now and surrender.
Right.
And that's why in '09 you were free. You were free. You went out there and you just did your thing, man. And when you hit that double off Lidge,
Well,
I know that was a big moment. But we saw you in Anaheim too. And then when you hit the other guy in Minnesota and New York came up all those big hits, it was just like you could tell you were wearing it.
sometimes I do that on my Instagram and I'll flip something because that feels so good and I'm so proud of that part of my life that I'm not going to let, some type of haul that they're going to say, I got to get in to make me who I am.
No.
I know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
And while it would be awesome to get in one day, if not, I'm still
You're
a
still
pretty
great.
bad motherfucker on that field.
That's right.
And it doesn't really matter what anyone says about that.
No, because that's
Thank God.
just all, that's a Hall of Fame it's a Hall of Fame. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define Pete Rose.
I think my line I said, it's not the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's the Hall of Fame, it's not heaven.
Right.
I mean,
That's right.
it's pretty awesome, but,
You're at
there's
peace.
other things,
You
yeah.
could sleep at night, right?
oh, like
Yeah.
a baby.
Come on, they can't take that away from you.
Thank God. And my relationships, with all those guys, like, it's, '09 feels like yesterday, but it's been a long time now.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the Yankees, get back on top of that mountain where they
I know.
belong.
I know. I met you as a young guy. You were a Mariner, '97 All-Star game. Then I think I met you in '99. My wife, she was like, "Oh, A-Rod." And I was like, "Oh, I know he's a good-looking kid," and
Things have changed.
he's still good-looking. But then, saw you with the Mariners, saw you in the playoffs against Clemens that year before you left the Mariners. I was like, this guy's a beast. And then when you went to Texas, I thought that was it's weird. And I didn't know you that well, but I thought that was a weird move for you.
No, it wasn't that weird. You know why? Because I would never turn that money down.
I get it.
And neither would you.
Right.
Right? Like, I mean,
Right.
when you get $100 million next to the other, I'm sorry. My mistake, Nick, was that I didn't own it. I said, and this happened a lot. I said, and I said something and did something else, right? Like I said I wanted to win, which of course I wanted to win. But when someone offers you $252 million, who the great Tom Hicks passed just this past week, who was a great man and was so good to me, and I learned a lot about business from him. He was the first guy that sat me down and would teach me what private equity was all about. He was a giant with Dr. Pepper and a lot of great businesses. And yeah, I would do that again. If my daughter was right here and she had the same situation, I would tell her, take that 252.
Sure.
There's America. And you bust your ass to become a free agent.
I'm not saying the money. The money I get.
Yeah.
I just said, like, you went from a winning team to a team that you kind of had to start over and build.
Yeah.
That was the
tough.
only thing.
That was
And
tough.
that was kind of tough. But it was like, because I thought deep down maybe you wanted to be a Met or something like that.
I did, but
did, right.
and I said that I would have taken half, and they just didn't step up to bat. So
They never
you gotta
came?
move on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like a movie, Nick. Right? It's
Sure.
like sometimes if they offer you, $20 million for a movie, and you want to do a movie that you really want to do, but they're only offering you $2 or nothing, you can't beg to go play for the Mets.
Right.
So you move on.
Yeah. And then, you became a Yankee. And then that was like a big surprise because, we had a third baseman. So it's kind of ironic. 2003, I was there, Game 7 against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Boone is the hero of...
Huge walk-off.
Yeah, huge
Off
walk. Wakefield. The place was shaking. I mean, the bottom of the 8th is unforgettable. I mean, I thought we were
Unbelievable.
done. 1 out. Jeter gets a double over Nixon's head. I could still see it.
Yeah.
Bernie...
Posada.
Bernie gets a base hit.
Yeah.
Matsui gets a double.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the stands, and then Posada bloops one to center.
And then Pedro comes off the mound, right?
Yeah, then Pedro comes off the mound, and it's insane. And then Mariano comes in, pitches like 3 innings.
Unbelievable. The greatest of all
Incredible.
time.
And we were kind of flat in that World Series. Because
You got to get Mariano on this thing. We got to make that happen.
absolutely.
He's the best, and he loves pizza.
Listen, I love that guy.
Yeah,
I played a little softball with him. He's still like competitive.
He's the greatest.
Man,
There's no one like
he's
him.
so
He's
special,
honestly
right?
like he's Michael Jordan-esque.
Right.
We're so lucky to have watched them. I'm so lucky to have played with them. But when you talk about a legend like Mariano, we have to stop for the camera
Right.
and really just give him his props.
I know. He didn't.
love him.
He didn't disappoint too much, you know.
And a great teammate. And let me tell you something. When things get hairy, that's the guy you want in the foxhole.
He got your back.
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, he was tough.
Right.
He didn't put up with bullshit, but he never took his arm away from me.
Wow.
And you know, those are the kind of things that when you're down and out and people stick with you,
Right. You remember
you build
that.
a bond for
That's right.
3 lifetimes.
Yeah. Well, then you know the guy's your real friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Exactly.
If you can count on your finger who your friends are,
You're lucky.
you're lucky. My father used to say that.
I just told that to my daughter. It's funny how this shit.
So 04, then you come in, and you know, unfortunately, what happened in that series, I think, was not your fault, but really unfortunate. And then just, it snowballed from there. Because I was saying, watching that doc even at the beginning, the first part, if the Yankees had won in 04, had beat the Reds, had A-Rod, Alex would have had a better road. It really, like, it had a bad smell. It changed, like baseball, it changed history. And unfortunately, you was there, you know, and then even guys like me were like critical and this and that. Why can't he hit in the postseason, this and that? But you know, you fought through it. You won us over, you won me over, not like a lot of these wusses today that, like, you know, I say some stuff and they're like, oh, I think they have a problem with you. Why? I'm your biggest fan. I was rooting for you. If you failed and I said you failed, it wasn't because you weren't trying. I just was honest about what I'm looking at. You know, I speak the truth. I just speak the truth. That's all. You don't like the truth. But I'm just like my brother. If he's rough on me, I know he loves me at the end of the day.
Nick, you're one of the best actors alive, and you're one of my favorite actors. It's funny because you like me as a player, I like you as an actor, but I like you more as a human being.
Me too.
As a family
Me
man,
too.
as a brother, and as, you know.
I used to love a lot of other guys, but I'm like, he even says, I think you really love Alex a lot more than a lot of other people.
All those guys are great.
They're all great guys.
Awesome.
Don't get me wrong. But I have a soft spot for you now.
But thank you. The great part about 04, it happened exactly the way it should have happened. If I would have gone there in 04 and we would have won, 09 wouldn't have been completely different.
Right.
I mean, let me tell you, 09 was so fucking special.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I'll never forget. Like,
Because you went through a lot.
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. And, you know, and I came up in this town here in Miami loving and admiring my guy Dan Marino, number 13. That's why I wear number 13.
That's why?
And that's why. And, well, 3, but Babe Ruth, that was his number.
Right.
So all I can think about is, don't let me be that guy. They're going to hammer me.
Right.
And every conversation about, you didn't win a title. You didn't win a title. You know what Judge is going through right now.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
And as a player, you say, I don't hear anything. You hear everything. Right?
hear
You
it.
know about it.
Right.
And so it made 09 so much more rewarding. It tasted so good. And to do it in pinstripes, to do it at home, to do it with my boy Mariano on the mound and Pettit starting that game, and Grombar Cano to Teixeira, the Yankees are world champs for the 27th time. Joe Buck, I can see her hit. It's amazing. And if I look now, almost, what is it, 10, about 14, 15 years later?
Yeah.
Can't believe it's 15 years. The fans, I mean, everywhere I go, I mean, they just shower me with love.
Yeah.
And never thought that as a post-career, the Yankee fans would be so great to me everywhere I go.
Well, that's the Yankee fan, you know? The true Yankee fan, they know, they understand, and they're knowledgeable enough. They're not.
Well, they wish they had 09 back.
Yeah.
They wish they had
It's
some
kind
of
of
those teams. You know?
ironic now that, you know, 09 is the last title we've had,
Unbelievable.
which is really crazy.
And 1 in 25.
I know.
I had like an 18-year-old kid say, man, well, why are you guys Yankees? You guys are losers. I'm a Red Sox fan. I got 4 titles in my lifetime.
Right.
And I said, holy smokes. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Because we're not 18, right?
Right.
But in the last 18, they got about 4 titles, and we have 1.
I know.
That's why it threw me off.
They got 4 titles. That's why I'm saying 04 changed.
Yeah.
You know, it broke something.
Yeah.
Something
sure.
in the air in 07 and then 13 and 8. So something happened. But, you know, you fought through and you had your moment, which we were all hoping like Judge would. When Judge hit that home run in the playoffs this year,
I love Judge.
I know, and he beat the guy to the spot. I was so happy for him.
He's the best.
But I want to see him, like you could see he was relaxing in that playoffs. He kind of reminded me of you a little bit. I said, maybe he'll put the team on his back, but you do need help. You had a great team around you.
Yeah. If you look at 04 and you look at the main core of our team, it was the same one 5 years later in 09. I was looking at Judge the other day. Over the last 3 or 4 years, he's had like 20 leadoff hitters. I had one. And he's had like 25 cleanup hitters. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
It's like every day you come to the set and there's a new actor. It's hard to build chemistry like that.
Right.
Matsui and I in Teixeira, we can almost knew what each other was going to do. We know who you hit well, who he didn't hit well. If I knew Matsui didn't hit a guy, he didn't see a ball really well, be a little bit more aggressive. If I didn't see a guy like Pedro very well, I knew he hit him well.
Right.
Then I would just try to pass the baton.
Pass the baton.
People don't understand is people think it's an individual sport, but it's a kinetic chain. And the kinetic chain, when you have family and you have chemistry, is very powerful to break.
That's true.
9 against 1 versus 1 against 1 9 times.
That's right. And one guy can hit another guy versus another guy, and sometimes, like you say, you just pass. Like Matsui was just a deadly hitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was. I mean, even guys like.
But if you and I are good buddies, right, and we go to a club, and we're both single guys, right, and I know what kind of music you like, and you know what kind of music I like, and you know what kind of, we're good for each other. We make a good team.
We complement each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if like I don't know anything about you, and then we're gonna have to go to battle together, whether it's like hanging out on the streets or playing pickup basketball or hitting behind each other.
Yeah.
I always say that 2 that are connected are better than 2 that are apart.
Absolutely.
That's why. In the late 90s, Yankees was then a pity. They were so good, but great players don't win championships.
No.
Great teams do.
Right.
And that's what the late 90s were. That's what we were in 09.
You had that cohesiveness, like you said, even a great movie. You could put 5 movie stars together. They have no chemistry.
That's right.
Then you put the right people, the right cast, and then magic.
Yes.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean because you have all these names, it's going to be a success. Same thing with baseball. You put all these stars together, doesn't mean that it's going to equate to a championship.
Yeah, let me ask you, Nick, you watch more Yankee than anyone. Honestly, you got to be the #1 Yankee fan in the world. You spend more money following us around than any fan in the world. You were in the 70s World Series with Reggie Jackson,
90s.
our boy Ray Negron, Willie Randolph,
Right.
Don Mattingly. You've seen it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Judge is one of our favorite players, both of us, and he's a better human being. You got to spend some time with him. Do something like this with him. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Great family guy, too, just the best. Do you think my boy Judge gets a title?
I hope he gets one. I can't guarantee it, but I hope their philosophy and they do the right things, because they haven't done enough for me to be convinced that they're like not unhappy enough. They always have these excuses about it's a crapshoot, it's this, it's that. I understand that, but that's not acceptable. One championship, 25 years, Alex. You don't got to win it every year, but come on, we got to do better than that. We got to do better than that. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, if you were the owner of the team, if I put the team in your lap, what would you do? Where would you start? What would you say? You know what I mean?
I mean, the #1 thing I would do is
we've been good, but we haven't been great.
I would surround Judge with a bunch of complementary players, like the Toronto Blue Jays have done with Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
A bunch of contact guys, speed guys, and I would want to have 5 guys that are going to be there with him for at least 3 years.
Right.
Let him be in the same band. He's Dean Martin, right? He is the guy.
Yeah.
He's Elvis.
Yeah.
So surround him with great players. Don't have to be great players. Good players.
Good players.
Great team players, but guys that make contact, that can run,
Yeah.
that can bunt, that can play great defense.
Like they need a leadoff hitter. They don't
that'd
have a
be
leadoff
amazing.
hitter.
Well, you imagine
Like
how they-
I kept saying, like, I'm not saying they're going to get this guy, Stephen Kwan. I'm like, he's the kind of guy that he could be a great leadoff hitter. Bregman's another guy where I said,
Oh, I
he's a
love Bregman.
winner.
Oh.
He's a winner. You need that pedigree. They don't have enough winners on that team.
Now
They
you're
don't.
talking to me. You're talking
You know what I'm
out my
saying?
heart.
Like the Dodgers went out and got Freddie. I know they got Ohtani, but Freddie Freeman is a killer. Freddie Freeman you
Oh.
could build around. And then they got these other guys that know how to play in the Will Smiths, the Muncies.
Muncie,
They got these guys that know how to, like, when the Yankees were winning, they didn't have all the best players. You were the best player. But they had O'Neal, and they had Tino, and they had Brocious, and they had Knobloch, and they had Jeter, Bernie. Collectively, Posada. There was some group.
Yeah.
They would beat you a lot of ways. Look at the Blue Jays. They were outplayed, and they didn't know how to close because the Dodgers know how to win. They know how to
Also,
close.
Nick, I think there's an element that you're saying that's so true, but you also have guys that just love playing in New York, guys that love competition.
Wanna be here.
Guys that are just ball busters, right? Like just baseball players. Non-block, tough son of a bitch. David Wells, not scared of anyone. He would
Right.
scream at the boss when he walked by the locker room. Andy Pettit, I mean, enough said.
Right.
Even going back to the Jimmy Key days, those guys were just all so competitive.
What was it like playing against them?
It was
Could
a
you
pain.
tell, like,
It was a
man,
pain in the
this
ass.
group is like,
Nick, they didn't strike out. They can beat you with the long ball. They can beat you with doubles. It's what Stick Michaels built. Gene Michael, one of the best GMs. That's why he got 4 titles, right? Under
Right.
his watch. Gene Michael was the best. And he was a student from George Steinbrenner.
Right.
And they did everything the New York Yankee way. I mean, in many ways, like what the Dodgers are doing now.
right.
They bought the best and forgot the rest. And that means character, that means ball players, that means passion, tough.
Yeah.
I mean, George Steinbrenner, like tough players.
Go out and build a good team.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Put that around Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a couple of. I mean, they had Soto a year ago, and they got to the series, but even that team had its problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to go on record saying this: if this guy, Aaron Judge, 99, doesn't get one fucking title, that will be a travesty. That will be tragic. I mean, it's bad enough Donnie Baseball never got to the postseason once, but never tasted a championship. If this guy doesn't get a ring, there's something wrong. That's fucked up.
That'd be sad.
Right? Wouldn't it be sad?
Because not only is he one of the greatest players of our generation, he's also one of the best leaders, great guys, consistent. He took less to stay in New York.
Right.
Great family guy, great parents. I mean, you couldn't find a better representative to the New York fans. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. Just like Donnie, by the way. So I hope and pray that, and I have faith that we'll win a title. And I hope Cashman and Aaron Boone, get these guys rallied, because I think the potential is endless. And by the way, time is running out. That's why you got to have some urgency.
Right.
You can't wait too long, because he's going to be 34 this year, then 35, and then you just never know, right?
Yeah.
The next 3 years, we got to make it happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Did.
Have you done your homework? Have you watched anything?
I haven't started watching, but I got to watch.
Yeah.
And then I got to binge.
Sopranos, right?
Over the holidays, that's it. You said it's one of the
Godfather.
greatest shows of all time.
Yeah. I was thinking about you. I wonder if is Alex watching some stuff?
And you know what's my favorite movie of all time?
What?
2 New York movies. Wall Street with Michael Douglas and Bronx.
Bronx Tale?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wall Street is great.
Wall Street's really good.
It's a great movie. Bronx Tale is good.
What are your 2? I mean,
Of all time?
yeah, it's hard for you to,
On the Waterfront is one, maybe. The Godfather.
By the way, you still owe me a damn list.
Yeah.
You said you were going to give me like,
All right, I'll make
you have
you a
like
list.
30 names. And
Yeah, I'll give you a
And by the
list.
way, you mentioned like 30 names. I had only watched like half of them. And you're like, you were mad at me. You're like, you didn't watch this, you didn't watch this, you didn't watch this. All right, thanks for coming over.
Thanks,
man.
you buddy.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
right, you got
That's
it.
my best present.
Thanks for the pizza, my man.
Thank you. You got it. Appreciate it.
Fantastic. Take a picture of this. It's like a fucking MVP trophy. Give me this shit. It's like my 4th MVP. I should have fucking had 6, but